Good morning, everyone. We'll start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Brandon Clark is here from Mound City Christian to do the invocation.
If you bow your heads with me. Dear Lord, we thank you so much for this day. We thank you for this opportunity to come together and have this meeting. I just pray that you give us wisdom and guidance and direct us, Lord, so that we can do our best to take care of and lead this county and just follow in the way you would want us to run it. Lord, we just love you and we thank you for all that you do for us each and every day. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes as written from February 23rd, 2026.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion that we approve the claims in the amount of $361,079.88.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. I'll make a motion that we approve the ads and abates 2025-223 through 233 and 235 through 239 in the amount of a negative $30,411.34.
I'll second. Go, Jim.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any changes to the agenda?
I don't have any.
Chastity? I'll make a motion. We approve the agenda as written.
We do need to add planning and zoning to the agenda
What are we adding?
for the cup and the rezoning for.
Yeah, I had an issue with that because I feel like if they are going to be on the agenda, it needs to be noted prior to before the commission.
Yeah, well,
notified.
she got an email
Yeah,
today, so
I know.
that's why it needs to be added to the agenda.
Make a motion. We approve the agenda with the change to adding planning and zoning.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
AMR?
Good morning, Don Brooks with AMR. We transitioned to our new computer automated dispatch last weekend, and the reporting system isn't connected with that yet, so I don't have reports for this week. Hopefully we should be back next week and it will all filter back through, but I can't see them. So
Okay.
sorry about that.
It's fine.
Anything for me?
I don't have anything. Thank you, Dawn.
Sheriff's report? Anybody have that pulled up?
Got it pulled up. Total prisoners 52. Farmed out 0. Total farmed ins 38. 911 calls 88. Total jail contacts 4768. Total calls for service 798. Total civil service papers served 32. Then inspections 12. New cases open 43. Cases closed 23. Vehicle crashes 8. Bailiff contacts 93. Livestock out 1. SRO calls for service 143.
Randy?
Good morning, County Commissioner Randy Higwell, Linn County Emergency Management and Rural Fire. First thing I'll say is with AMR's new system, we have run into some communication issues. Dawn and the supervisors and myself were working through those. Kind of allow our different crews to communicate. Every time we change the system, whether when we changed our radio system or then with this, we've had issues, but we've worked them out. So we're working through those. The weekly call summary. This week we had 8 wildland fires, 4 EMS assists, 1 rubbish fire, 2 motor vehicle accidents, 2 fire alarms, 1 structure fire, 1 electric line down, 3 mutual aid calls, and 1 gas leak. Brings our weekly total to 23, our yearly total to 116. Compared to last year we ran for the total, we were way above our average. This year, compared to last year, we're sitting at 116 this year. Last year on the same date time frame, we were sitting at 80. Seems like our responses are going up. The only reason I tell you guys this is I watch it and monitor it very closely because getting ready to start working on our budgets, we based it off of 550 calls a year. We may want to move our average up in our budget to just make sure we have enough covered if we're seeing that upward trend on calls every year. So this weekend, wildfire season, the farmers burning everything has pretty much started. Saturday, I will say the local people, farmers, everybody burning, we did not get paged out at all. Everybody's doing a wonderful job calling in, getting burn permits and controlling their fires. So I was excited about that and thank the citizens that are doing that. So that's all I have unless anybody has anything else.
I don't have anything.
I don't have any.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Randy.
Thanks, Randy. I thought I saw Jason Parker here. Is he back there and I can't see him? We're ready for you. We're going fast this morning. Do it. No.
Commissioner.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Jason Parker, GIS Administrator. Just need 10 minutes executive time.
Okay.
For
I had that on there. I just didn't know if you needed to address this publicly
No,
or
no.
anything. So
just
all right.
that.
no worries. I'll make a motion. We go into executive session for 10 minutes. According to Kansas Statute 754319B1 for non-elected personnel for job performance with the 3 commissioners, the clerk, Jason. Do you want the attorney in there? And the attorney?
Did we
That's
need,
my motion, returning at 9:19.
Second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
aye.
There was no action. We're gonna skip Public Works and go down to the clerk. Under the clerk, we have a 15-minute executive session for non-elected personnel. 75-43-19B1 for job performance with the three commissioners, attorney, clerk, and Lisa Kelstadt.
Second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
10 minutes returning at 9:30.
15 minutes.
Oh, 15? Sorry, 15. Returning at 9:35 in the Commissioner's Annex Room. 9:35. There was no action. I'll make a motion to extend the same executive session for 10 more minutes, returning at 9:45 in the Commissioner's Annex.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's actually 9:46. Sorry, just changed.
Okay,
There was no action.
yeah,
Lisa Kelsett,
yes, Lisa Kelsey, County Appraiser. In response to the KJI report, I've just tried to gather some information for each of the commissioners and their districts, and I would like to present them at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jacqueline, would you or Lisa just go over, for example, my tax unit, the valuation, the percentage change, the increases? Kind of explain. So like the 91% for Linn County overall, whenever it's being shared on Facebook, that shows an overall increase in
Valuation.
valuations.
Yes. So it's just showing Linn County has been growing and our valuations have increased.
And that was for the last 5 years. Was that
Last
correct?
5 years since COVID hit. And that's what most of the state has seen already. That COVID was a big mark in market value.
So for an example, all the other counties were lower. So when we look at Johnson County or Miami County, is it fair to say that those counties were already close to their proper valuations prior to the 5 years?
Probably so.
And so their increase is lower because we were not caught up to where we needed to be according to PVD.
PVD.
Yes. We could have been, in the 70s or 80s in our ratio study. I haven't had a chance since the information I got from PVD to go back and really research all of that. But I know that when Kathy, our previous appraiser, took over, she went in and had to completely redo all of our tables, and because another company was doing all of our analytical work. And so she wanted to come in with fresh eyes and look at it. And she started the analytical, and we had to really raise our values the first 3 years that she came on, just due to we were under appraising. And 2 years ago, the state came in and they reported to us that we had not met compliance. I think we were appraising at 84%. And so last year we brought it up and we were appraising at 94%. And this year, I believe it's coming out in March, that PVD said we were in compliance again. So we were in the 10-point, 20-point spread that we have to be to meet their requirements.
Well, last year was the first year, and this is my 5th year, so going on my 6th. Last year was the first year we was in compliance that I remember.
Yeah.
When the state came down. It
Yes.
was always low.
Always
And
low.
so what you're saying on this sheet here then is like, we'll use Anderson County, they went up 67% in 4 years. So you're saying they was closer within range?
Possibly.
Could have been.
I
mean,
don't know
I
what
don't know
their
that.
statistics are, but all these counties, all the counties from appraisers' offices that I have talked to, they have increased in value, the market values of just, whereas in a few years ago, we were at 1 acres and now our land values are,
But I wouldn't think
Yeah.
land values within neighboring counties, it's went up pretty well, unless
Yeah.
you get clear southwest of here. All along 69 highway, I
Yeah.
would say land values in whatever counties went up basically,
Similar.
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 It was always higher north, it's went up, so I don't,
But I believe these studies are based on just residential properties. And there's a lot of lakes involved. And so what I was talking about was in our R class, our lakes our classes can include just land and buildings. We have an R class that's a land with just a shed on it. And we have 5 lake developments in our county, so that ties into the R class. All those R classes are not strictly just houses. They could be a lot with a garage on it, or a lot with a shed,
what percentage would you say they went up since in the last 5 years?
They've gone, well, just the lake lots at Lynn Valley have increased, 10 years ago, you could have bought one for probably 500, but, now we're seeing upwards of, well, I don't know if I can say, but gradually just 5,000 is what we're seeing lots there. So that's a huge increase.
And that plays into that 5-year.
That plays into that, those
Valuation.
numbers.
And then when we go back to our taxes with what the school districts have done, that's what everybody looks at the tax money that's coming to us.
Yes.
As far as the county. And
When the
it's-
county is revenue neutral, that's only one part of all of the districts. So some of the districts I gave you have had larger increases. They haven't been revenue neutral. They've, increased their budgets. So that plays into the actual end of the tax dollars. Our mill levies have gone down. We've tried to offset the value. As the values increase, mill levies should come down. That's the way it works. And so we have seen a overall mill levy decrease in the last 5 years.
Like here on the rural fire, I see this, our rural fire in all 3 districts have went down 12% in 4 years.
Yeah.
And Linn County has stayed revenue neutral. So can you go over the tax unit on the first page, or I don't care if you go over Jim's or Jason's, it doesn't matter, just to explain it. The valuation from 2021 to 2025, and then the percentage change. And
I gave you the copies.
oh, sorry. Do you want to take mine back? Just so the public knows, on these percentages. For example, the school districts are increasing, and then we're staying revenue neutral, just kind of what that means to the public. Or rural fire is decreasing.
Sure.
Same with Mountain City Township, they're decreasing, so they're not taking as much money, but everyone else is increasing.
Sure, yeah, like,
So like on the first line, you're saying from 2021 to 2025, there's been a 0% change
on
our-
county, yes.
in our county
Correct.
tax.
Yes, you've gone revenue neutral, so in other words, whatever valuation has been there, you've stayed zero.
But that could change when your evaluation of your house went up and mine went down. I mean,
Yeah, I
it shouldn't
mean, it's
happen
an
that way, but
overall,
it could have happened.
it's an overall valuation.
It's overall county dollars.
Yeah.
But when the public is stating that the commissioners are increasing, that's really not correct. That would be the school boards, that would be the
Yeah,
other.
like for instance, 344 general fund has increased 32% in the last 5 years.
So the
And-
dollars that Linn County has taken ourselves has not increased
No,
Correct.
it stayed
Total
revenue
county.
neutral.
for 4 years. 2020.
Correct.
I'm saying 0%, so 21 to 25.
It may-
And I don't think that the public thinks that.
That's what revenue neutral is you never gather more than valuation that you have. So if you stay revenue neutral, then you're only going to use the money that's designated for the county for revenue neutral. You don't have an increase in your budget for that. So like cemetery districts in 344 up 47%, libraries are up 46%. The rural fire went down 12% in 344 district. The bond issue was up 15%, and extension district 16 was up 41% in 5 years. And then taxing district 50, which we pulled that because it's in 346 school district. The valuation overall is an increase of 149%.
For the public though, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong on this, it's saying we have an increase, Linn County, but obviously the valuations and property taxes is increasing. That is increasing, but it's not from the county. We're not taking more.
The
It's
valuation,
everyone else around us
the
is taking more.
valuations has increased. You went up 149%.
Right. So the state of Kansas has taken, and just in my district, an extra 155,000. USD 344 has taken an extra 300,000 and an extra 115,000. The cemetery districts have only increased $5. Or sorry, 4,390. They've asked.
47%.
The library has increased 52,000, and then our rural fire department has decreased 64,000. Bond and interest up 80,000, and District 16, is that library? Is that what that is?
Extension district.
What is that? Just
That's it.
oh, like
And it
Extension.
could be that,
Meridazine?
They're the ones
So the
that pay
Meridazine has increased $88,914. So
just there's a lot of things playing into the tax bill, a lot of different entities playing into the tax bill. So, I mean, our job as appraisers is we're to set market value, whatever it is. If market goes up, we go up. If market goes down, we go down. We're just supposed to be within 10% of market on either side. And market has increased. And then everything else is handled through budgeting and through, the clerk side and how much you guys need to run the government. So the valuation is just kind of separates what percentage each person has of that total valuation. Like my house is a certain percentage of the total valuation. And then
Correct me if I'm wrong, just like on this school, the first number on this school is a flat 20 mils, right?
yeah, there is a 20 mil school abatement.
I think that's the first, the 346, if it's just a flat 20 mils. And if your appraisals go up 20 mils,
yeah.
Well, and
It's
it's
going to
a lot
go
more
up.
money,
Yes.
right?
the
correct.
state
It's just
gives
a
you
flat
back
20
an
mils the
abatement.
state
Yeah.
takes off your appraisal.
Yeah, you get a school mill abatement on the first $20,000 of your value, or I think right now.
He's talking about
it's-
the tax levy of 20 mils.
Oh, yeah, that's still,
The tax levy is just
Yeah.
a flat 20 mils of your appraised value.
yes,
That goes into the state
School.
school, but
it's a school mill abatement.
So when we're
Goes into
talking
the
about
state,
Pleasanton
and that's paid
taxes
back out.
and Pleasanton property taxes increasing, that's probably because our school is taking more. Am I incorrect in saying that?
I can't say that
Yeah.
for sure. That would be your.
Well, I think you'll find, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that 20 mils it stayed the same ever since I've been there.
They've increased how much they give you. It's based on, you can have 20 mils. It used to be 4 or 5 years ago, it was based on like 45,000. You get 20 mils off the first $45,000 of your valuation. Now I believe it's up to 96,000. You get 20 mils off of the first 96,000 in your value. That number changes according to what the state tells.
Okay.
Yeah, so that changes.
And how is the appraiser's office evaluated for compliance?
We are in compliance. I got an email from Bob Kent, the director of PVD, in which the actual notices will go out March 13th. But he said it looks like we've met standard this year, that we're appraising at about 92%. So we're not appraising at 100, we're on the low side of meeting compliance.
Can we get what other counties are appraising at? 92%,
That-
60%?
Yeah, that would come from the state. Yeah,
So that-
PVD would have
Is that
that.
something we could ask for?
I can talk to the director once they've released them. They haven't released them yet, so. I can see what I can do. I can talk to our county
I mean,
or the state.
all that can be is reference. I mean, it's nothing we can control.
No,
I understand that. I just kind of wanted to see because the argument is that we've increased more than anyone around us, but if they weren't, maybe
If
they
they-
were already at 90% compliance or 100, so for 5
Yeah.
years.
and
So that's gonna put
any
them at
county that's
10%.
not in compliance will they'll get a call from the
Well, you get this.
state will come and meet with you if they're not in compliance.
What does compliance mean? What's that range?
Compliance means that we have to appraise within 20 points on either side. So, 10 points on either side.
90.
Either 90% to 110%. We have to be in our appraisal.
We was below that multiple times, and I asked the guy here, I said, what happened? He said, I'll just be back to see you next year, No,
There
that's
isn't-
where you're at.
A consequence to the county financially.
No,
There used to be originally when a reappraisal first started, they would hold back reappraisal money, but they don't do that anymore.
Okay.
And then also, if we do not stay in compliance, that is something that could affect your
It
job.
affects my job. Yes, you can get rid of me.
But that would come down from Topeka. Or if you were out of compliance, is it up to the commission to say,
would just-
stay out of compliance?
Get us in compliance or you're fired, I guess. I don't know.
I don't have any.
I appreciate all the information you gathered after that post
Yeah.
went viral for us.
Yeah. I don't know what their purpose is. Bob Kent just told me that they provide the information to this company or this, and whoever it is, and what they do with it, he does not know. He just gives them statistics.
Okay.
I appreciate
Is that
it. Yeah, can you stick around though for an executive session?
Sure.
Something different, obviously.
Okay.
Do you guys have anything else for Lisa this morning?
I don't have.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll go ahead and open it up for public comment since I believe no one is here today to speak. And close public comment. And make a motion, we go into executive session according to Kansas statute 754319B1 for non-elected personnel and job performance with the three commissioners, the attorney, Lisa Kelstadt, Jason Parker, and Chastity Ware, clerk.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? 10, do you want more? Okay, 10, yeah, 10 minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Returning at 10:14 in the Commissioner's Annex Room, 10:14. Sorry. There was no action. I make a motion, we take a 5-minute recess, returning at 10:20.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're back in session. Jesse with Public Works, you ready?
Morning, Commissioners. Jesse Walden with Public Works. This week, we have our bids that were due on Friday, so if we go through those and open those up, we'll first do the old jail demolition.
Yep, safety clips. letter opener. Sorry. I know. I just don't want to lose it all.
I've got my own.
You got all your stuff?
No, I've got a letter opener.
Oh, you. I know. These are like
You need to-
freebies everywhere you go.
You need to be watching the KAC conference.
You guys want any paper clips to put them with it?
All right, this one's Greg Bear Track Hole Service out of Overland Park, $49,200.
Here's Double K Construction, $29,800.
S Squared Construction and Landscaping of Mound City, $75,687.33.
Wilson Dig and Flow LLC, $57,650. What's going to take more from
Z&M Construction and Land Management, $53,950.
My mic wasn't on. Did anybody complain not hearing me? I'll just repeat Courtney since my mic was off at 28,700. Got one for Page Enterprise at 48,000 even. Thank you.
Cornelius Wrecking for $59,970.
Popular bid.
Yeah, that was a really good turnout, Jesse.
Good turnout.
Yes, I need that. It's on there.
Next, we have the bids for the culverts for 1095.
Wellburn Sales, Salina, $138,975 delivered price.
I have one from Contech Engineered Solutions at $115,288.80.
All right. This one is from Oil Patch Pump and Supply out of Chanute. galvanized at $20,102.50, aluminized at $21,313.75 per 40-foot sections. And then 20,604 with bands for connecting.
There were band options on mine too. I didn't read them. Do I need to? I just did total.
That's fine. I didn't have a total.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know.
That's why I was,
Okay. I understand. Sorry.
it didn't break it down as a total. It just gave,
You didn't do the math in your head and
No.
spit it out, Jason?
yeah, thought about it. I could have estimated, I guess.
Thank you. We'll go over those this week and get those qualified and bring them back in next week. Next, we had several cities and communities reaching out to us about the spring cleanups this year. I gave 2 communities on there, Tanglewood and Parker, of the dates they want to do their cleanups. I was just checking to see if we're going to participate with that this year.
Something we've done in the past.
Okay.
I would be in favor of continuing.
We just leave a dumpster for them and
Yep. So the way the guys have explained it to me, we've left 2 dumpsters there for C&D trash removal and then 1 for tires. And then when those get full, they haul them off, and that's when they're full, they're full.
that's the end of it, one trip.
Yeah, that's my understanding on it, but I will reach out and make sure I get more clarification on that. But
Okay.
next, Tanglewood Lakes would like to set up a charge account with us at the landfill. And they also asked about renting our roll-off dumpsters from us. So I'm just bringing that to your attention so we can discuss that this morning and get your thoughts and feelings on it.
We don't rent dumpsters to anybody else, do we?
We do not.
I think that would be competing against the people that are renting
I think we
dumpsters.
have plenty of companies that have them in the county that if you want to rent one, that you can. That's the way I feel.
I agree. I don't think we need to get into that business.
Then the charge account, what's,
So some of our commercial haulers that bring into us have a charge account with us. But we don't have very many that have that charge account. Most of them, they just pay cash or credit card when they come in or with a check. From what it sounds like, they want to bring in a dump trailer and dump their trash and just keep either pay weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly on that. I don't think we need to set up a charge account with them. I think they can just continue to pay as they bring it in, like everybody else does.
My only question on that was, did they need to do it that way to have a total, like a bill approved at their meeting? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of someone's probably paying for it and then they're submitting their receipt to their board and their board's approving it and then they're writing them a check back.
why can they not set up to where have an approval that they basically know what their monthly charge is? They can get an approval for some, probably for ahead of time. You know, the other ones
Maybe.
too. I mean, I don't think we're in the
Who are the other well, I guess you probably can't say.
I don't know who the other commercial accounts are. I just know we have a handful or so that do charge out there.
Okay, well, I would just hate to say that we have that for others and not them. Why do we have it for the others? We know.
The ones that have the charge accounts bring in a lot of business for us. They bring in quite a bit of trash throughout the week. So that's, I mean, they're coming in Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, pretty heavy. So having them just pay every time they come in is kind of an inconvenience for them. So we just bill them out.
And for us.
Is it monthly or?
I think it's a monthly bill we send to them.
I lean towards what you're saying. Let's not do that. But why are we doing it for others?
Sounds like it's a volume type deal to me.
Yep.
Somebody that's coming in 2 or 3 times a week versus.
Once a week, once a month. I mean, how often are they going to come in? I don't know.
I'm fine with them paying as they go.
I am too.
I'm fine with the charge account, so it's no charge account.
So we're saying no charge account? Okay. Okay, next I've got the landfill trucks. They're almost done being built and then they'll go to the bed shop to get the beds put on. I did send out an email to the treasurer's office and the clerk's office, letting them know I'd be requesting funds here in the next week or two for the amount of $243,473.80. And that is from ARPA money that is going to pay for those trucks.
We're keeping track of that, I guess, where we're at with the argument.
Yes. Yep.
We get it all spent in timely fashion.
I'm making sure we get that done. I had to have an overhead door fixed over in Pleasanton. It ended up costing more than I thought due to a few more parts and labor on that, and I just need to get that approved. The amount of this invoice is $5,599.85.
I'll make a motion that we allow the $5,599.85 for the overhead door at the Pleasanton shop.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Was it already done?
Yes. Yep. Usually those doors aren't costing us more than like $35, just under $4,000 to repair. This one just needed a few more parts and just took a little bit longer to fix, and I was not, I didn't think it was going to cost that much, so. Next, our New Holland tractor that we have down here in Mound City. At the end of the season, we had trouble with the tractor going into gear. This is a tractor that we've repaired once with the rear axle housing and the PTO shaft and the bearings in it. We took this tractor down to get it diagnosed of what was wrong, and they're telling us that the clutch pack in the transmission and the brakes need to be replaced. I sent out that quote to you guys. That is the worst case scenario to get this tractor repaired. But as I stated in there, we won't know exactly what the problem is until we can get that in there and get that tractor split.
We did replace the brakes on one side of it once, or?
Not on this one, no. I think we replaced the ones on the North Shop is what we did on the North Shop one.
It's got to be fixed, right?
Yep.
I don't have an issue with it.
I don't either.
I'd like to be approved for $19,000. I know that estimate I sent you was $18,109.47. If I could be approved up to $19,000 on that one.
I'll make a motion that we allow Jesse to spend up to $19,000 replacing the brakes and transmission clutch pack in the New Holland tractor for the South shop.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 I sent you out just a little bit of summary for the grader in Mound City that's broke down. We did come to the final conclusion that the motor is the problem. A valve had been smacked by the piston on that. So we are going to need to move forward with replacing the engine on that grader. When I was talking to Rodney, he said going with the Caterpillar warranty. Either way, the warranty is the same. If Foley rebuilds the motor for us and gets it back in the machine, that warranty is only good with Foley equipment. If Caterpillar warranties the motor, then if we ever sell that grader, and it still has a warranty on it, it can go to any Cat dealer, and that warranty is still good. So we could send it to any one of those to get the motor worked on.
What was the cost on that? Since it's the motor? I know you presented it last
Same,
week.
same price.
30
motor ordinance.
$39,640.07 was just the motor.
Correct.
The total was $53,391.59,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Now, just so you're aware, there's going to be an extra, I think it's right around $3,500 that I'd already proved to have the pump pulled to see if the pump was the problem of why things were locked up. So there'll be an additional money on there.
So you're saying it's versus a new motor through CAT or
It's actually just a rebuilt motor. This isn't a new one. This is a rebuilt
same
motor.
money either way?
Same money either way.
But to verify, if we go through CAT, it's warranted through CAT versus
Yep.
forward.
Correct.
I think we should warranty it through CAT, shouldn't we?
Yes.
I think so. I think that's going to be our better route.
I'm in agreement with that.
If we can approve $57,000, that'll help cover that first initial cost of pulling that pump on that machine.
Make a motion, we approve $57,000 for the repair of the motor on the Caterpillar grader.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I left you a little update there on the 963 track loader for the south shop. They did take the pump off and realized there was a problem. That pump is going to their pump shop. Hopefully they'll have some answers for us this week to see where we're at on that. I sent out what you had asked for quite a while ago with the Arcadia landfill. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look over that and think about it. My recommendation is that we stay where we're at with hauling our trash to Allen County landfill.
What do you think?
What was it? The dollar,
It's $1.50 difference per ton.
and then we have 7 miles of gravel.
Correct, and it's pretty
To get
narrow
to.
road going down there.
And it's also, I think it's all blacktop road. You don't have to worry about driving across the rubble pile that you do at the other one.
With Allen County.
At Allen County has you blacktop road right to your dump.
Yeah, it makes it pretty nice for our
Were
trucks.
you saying you wanted to go with this one or?
No.
No. I want to
Oh.
stay with Allen County.
I thought that's what you said.
I'm in favor of staying with Allen County.
I am too.
It's fine.
Okay,
Finish reading it. Fine.
thank you. I think that's all I have unless you have any questions for me.
I don't have.
Okay, I haven't-
Okay,
Thanks, Jesse.
thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I just real quick wanted to note for the record that the rezoning and conditional use permit application submitted by Eric and Emily Thies for the property at 16349 Young Road, Pleasanton, Kansas, has formally been withdrawn by the applicants, and so no further action is required by the board at this time. Unless you have any questions for me, that's all.
Do you have any comments, Jacqueline?
Yeah, so since the applicants have withdrawn their application and any types of issues or complaints or whatever, those go through the codes process, which means that in the same way that anybody has a complaint about any other type of codes violation, such as the sewage dumping or that sort of a thing, the process is they make a complaint to planning and zoning / codes enforcement officer. They do an investigation. If they find there to be a violation, they ultimately send a letter giving the alleged violator an opportunity to become compliant. After those days for compliance elapse, then they can ultimately issue a citation to them to appear in codes court in front of Judge Purvis, at which case it would commence as a legal proceeding for those codes violations. Codes violations are not jailable. They are subject to sort of fine penalty type of a thing. If the judge ultimately finds there to have been a violation beyond a reasonable doubt. Codes court does not have a jury. It has a judge only. So evidence is presented to the judge, and ultimately he makes, the determination about whether or not there's a violation. But any alleged violators have their due process to, retain an attorney to present their side of the story. And it would be the county vis-a-vis the codes enforcement officer and the county counselor to present any evidence of any alleged violations. So I just wanted to make sure that folks understand that that is how the process goes. The Planning and Zoning Board doesn't have any jurisdiction, neither does the commissioners, if there's no application pending.
Okay.
Do we have a complaint form online, or do they have to come in? You know? Is that on
Yeah, I believe
planning
it.
and zoning page?
Yep.
So with that, I'm sure everybody has heard those voicemail messages that says please don't leave multiple messages. It'll just sort of delay the process. Once a complaint is received, that complaint is investigated and acted upon. Receiving multiple notifications or complaints from the same party regarding the same action, that doesn't change the process. The process is a complaint is received, the complaint is investigated, the people are given an opportunity to become compliant if the interpretation is that they're not compliant, and then a citation is issued to appear in court. So that's how it works.
Nuisance complaint form?
Yes.
Okay.
So once one is filled out, because I'm assuming you're going to be getting some,
I'm assuming the same.
you will have that on file, and like what you're saying, another one is not needed. It's now going through the process.
Right. I'll put it in
Until that
cloud permit.
trial has been, or that court case has been.
Right, and kind of like any other summons to appear in court, how that works is that's a process as well. There's an initial appearance. A person might say, hey, I want a chance to retain counsel, or they might enter a plea right then and there, but ordinarily it's kind of a process. People say, I need time, you imagine the cases that get cited where folks have rubbish, right, in their yard or whatever. They get a certain amount of time and grace to say, hey, I think I can get this corrected within 30 days, or I think I can get this corrected within 60 days or whatever. Or they say, hey, I just want time to retain counsel, or hey, I want to set this for trial. So ordinarily the court process doesn't happen, even if they're summoned to appear in court on a particular day, it's very, very unlikely that that would be the day where it's, come to a conclusion. It'd likely be a couple of months after that. So the process does take time, but that is the process that is outlined in our planning and zoning and codes book.
You usually have codes court once a month, or?
Yeah, ordinarily codes court was happening once a month. And so when there are items set for court appearance, then court is scheduled. And like I said, depending on whether the people need more time or they want time to hire attorney or that sort of a thing. So I just want to make sure that everyone understands that the process is not someone makes a complaint and then immediately they're found guilty or have to do anything. But even ultimately, if they are found guilty after that whole process is, completed, A finding of guilt is still able to be appealed, first of all, and second of all, is subject to fine penalties only. That is the only consequence. And so if after a finding of guilt, for example, a person continues to make the same non-compliant actions, the process would start all over again. A complaint would be filed, it would have to be investigated, a letter is issued to the person, they're given time to become compliant. If they don't comply within that time, then a citation could be issued ordering them to appear for court.
So it's a repetitive complaint process with no further consequence.
Yeah, those are just sort of the procedures that they are entitled to their due process. A judge would have to determine that they were in fact in violation of any type of codes or ordinances or resolutions. And
So what if they go to court and then they're found not guilty? Now, is this dead in the water? Can we still accept a complaint?
we can still accept a complaint, but if the complaint is of the same nature and character of the previous complaint, obviously that is going to go before the same judge. So perhaps every situation is different. Perhaps more evidence was needed or whatever. You would have to attend the trial in that matter to sort of see why they were ultimately found not guilty, to see if a new complaint was of new character or additional information provided such that would lead the judge to come to a different conclusion.
Okay, moving on, I guess. Thank you, Jenny.
Okay.
Have a
thank
good
you.
week.
You too.
What?
Marks. No, Marks.
Do we have anything else? Jesse? Oh, come on.
I just failed to mention our culvert projects are going to be pushed out one more week due to this weather. I did visit with Prairie View School District. We were going to try and do the culverts on the Centerville Road during spring break, so we're not going to affect the bus route.
Thank you for reaching out to them.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jesse.
Anybody have anything else? All right, go ahead.
In my many things of coming across, I realized that we did not have a resolution for an official newspaper like you have had in the past. So I have one here if you were so inclined to continue to use Linn County News as your designated official newspaper.
Well, in the past, didn't we kind of put that out there for others to come in and plead their case on why they wanted to be the official newspaper?
I think it's the only official paper we have as far as do we, or is it?
It's always been the only official paper.
I just had noticed an annual resolution was done every year, and somehow it did not get done for 2026.
I don't have a problem with it. I just wanted to make sure that we were doing that correctly, I guess, procedurally. So if you think it's good, then.
What do you
It's
think,
good.
Jacqueline?
I mean, I have to look at your resolutions / procedures to see if that one is a bidding
I was gonna
process.
say.
But I didn't like that. So, I mean, Jason, I'm aware of such a thing. Ordinarily, municipalities set their procedures for that, and to just sort of do the process that they've done before, stop you from a different process in a fall.
And I think the state statute still reads that you cannot use your website. Cities can, but counties cannot use your website, because I wanted to go, lean towards the online, but I don't think we're ready for that. And then secondly, the state hasn't approved that
You
yet.
have to have an official newspaper, so that is one of the things that's.
But they were pushing that through to not have one
Mhm.
and just have consider the online version official newspaper.
I think that's in the works. but
I
it
do
looks
too.
like it's
I don't
on
think
the-
it's there yet. Can you just put it in SharePoint so I can, did you already put it in there? 'Cause
Nope,
I haven't
this
seen it.
is- This
Can
is
you?
it.
Oh. Well, I
That's
can do that.
literally what it consists of. It's what the
I thought
previous
it
one
was
said
going to
consisted of.
be
Nope,
a page and a half.
nope.
So just continuing through 2026.
Mhm.
All right, I'm good with it.
Read it.
Don't take too long, Jason.
Okay.
It's really long.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2026-03, making the Linn County News the designated official county newspaper for the year of 2026.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody have anything else?
Nope.
All right, I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.